Do you have any examples of older products that could possibly become useful or are becoming useful?
Yeah, certainly products like Trilate or Avidex. We have products like trifluralin, products like ethylfluralin. Some of these products, they don't have as favorable toxicological profile as some of our newer so-called reduced risk herbicides, but they're still safe to use and when used according to the label. And if you look at Australia, where they're a generation ahead of us in terms of the resistance challenge, their mainstay is products like trifluralin. Even though it's very soil moisture dependent in their very dry climate, that's still one of the mainstay products. So we can learn from their experience.
So would these products be used in what you call stacking? Is that part of it, or is that something different?
Certainly, what we're going to see is as an industry response to especially glyphosate resistance is this crop with stacked herbicide resistance traits. And what they're stacking, whether it's glyphosate or Liberty, which is glufosinate, they're stacking it with very old products like 2,4-D, which was around since the Second World War, with dicamba, which is developed in the 50s and 60s, yet they're very resistance proof. And so industry has recognized that because there's nothing in the pipeline, we have to use these herbicides much more effectively, and a way to do that is to impart resistance to the crop itself, so that these herbicides, which weren't normally used in those crops, can now be used with these stacked traits. And we're going to see a lot more of these stacked trait crops, not only in the U.S. and Eastern Canada, but also in Western Canada at a later date.
There are concerns with those crops as well, though, correct?
That's right. Certainly stewardship is important. If for example, they grow glyphosate and dicamba-resistant soybean every year after year in a field, well, they're going to lose not only the effectiveness of glyphosate, but dicamba as well. Even though it's a low-risk product, we consider glyphosate a low-risk product, yet there's millions of acres of weed resistance to glyphosate in the U.S. because they didn't rotate their Roundup-ready crops. And so there's a lesson there. We have to manage these crops. We can't grow them year after year, because when you do the same thing year after year, your nature is going to find a way to get around it, and you'll end up with resistance.